Hey, I have good news for you from the world of science and reason. Georgian College, which is a college in Ontario, Canada, has canceled their diploma in the bogus pseudoscience of homeopathy after the program started to receive more and more criticism because, of course, homeopathy has no place in colleges and universities. The Georgian College put out a statement where they said, quote, in light of the recent response from our local community and beyond, and in consideration of our students, Georgian College has made the decision to cancel the homeopathy program. There's been a huge uproar, actually, from the medical community about this program. And from the CBC's coverage of this, they wrote, quote, Dr. Chris Gorshev, an emergency medicine physician, sent letters of protest to the college and to the provincial government after seeing an advertisement for the program, which would have been offered at the nearby campus in Barrie, Ontario. He worried there would be a risk to public health if people assumed homeopathy has some legitimacy. It gave me some angst about the whole thing, he said. Gorshev is already seeing evidence of homeopathy's impact in his hospital's emergency room. We see people, they have the flu and they're sick. And I ask, did you get a flu shot? And they say, my homeopath gave me a flu shot. And I think, well, you didn't actually get anything. Now, I know that there are many people in our audience who don't know that homeopathy is a scam. Lots of people consider it sort of the same as herbal remedies, for example, which can mean many different things when you even say herbal remedies. Homeopathy is a non-science, right? Some people call it pseudoscience. I call it non-science. It comes from the 18th century. And the concept is you take substances and you dilute them extensively, huge dilution, like taking a spoonful of something and putting it in Lake Michigan and stirring it up and saying, here, drink a cup of this. That's often an analogy that's used. Homeopathy is not herbal medicine because herbal medicines, whether or not they work, contain ingredients. And the concept with homeopathy is such dilution of whatever so-called ingredient is there that there is effectively no active ingredient in much of homeopathy. And you can usually only measure the inactive ingredients, like the sugar in the little pills that they give you. Homeopathy has no effect. It cannot treat or cure any symptoms or diseases. And in more and more countries, it actually has to be labeled that way. And it does bum me out because I believe, I meet people who believe in this stuff. They believe in homeopathy. They believe in Reiki. Reiki is a special one. People get tricked into thinking Reiki is some ancient healing art. It was invented in 1922, right? And I find it fascinating that, like for Reiki, for example, the concept is one that appeals to the non-religious, but it's kind of based on the same principles as religion. Reiki is based on the idea that you're moving energy around through your hands to heal people and improve symptoms, provide pain relief, whatever. And you don't even need to know what symptoms the person has. Just putting your hands over the person
Wow.
will have the energy find the ailment. That's similar to the idea of a soul, right? Which is a religious idea, the idea of some invisible life force that goes beyond knowledge and physiology. And anyway, homeopathy, Reiki, it's mostly harmless, except, I guess, to your wallet when you start spending money on this stuff, except when people go to this stuff instead of real treatments for medical issues that can actually harm them. And I understand being skeptical of the profit motive of Western medicine. I get that. But just because you're skeptical of the profit motive doesn't mean you go to Reiki and homeopathy, you know?
Yeah, and it's also a problem because Georgian College is a public university too,
Absolutely.
so the taxpayers in Canada are paying for this. And it's one
Insane.
thing if, you want to go to a private organization to learn about homeopathy or
Sure.
take up religious studies, as long as there's no fraud involved. But the fact that taxpayers are footing the bill, that's a problem.
Absolutely inappropriate. This is completely the right decision. And I know there are people online who are mad with Georgian College saying, no, this is a public service. It's great that they were actually doing this, blah, blah, blah. It has no place there. It has absolutely no place there.